Do your joints ache even when it's not raining? In this video, we're revealing 7 silent signs that your body is overdosing on sugar. And surprisingly, weight gain isn't number 1 on our list. We're going to connect the dots between that morning pastry and your afternoon knee pain. We will cover the sugar inflammation cycle, why your sleep is suffering, and at the end, I'll share the 3-day reset to see if sugar is the culprit behind your stiffness. Let's get moving. The biggest mistake we make as we age is blaming discomfort on our birth year. We assume aches, low energy, and poor sleep are unavoidable parts of becoming a senior. But often, the problem isn't the calendar, it's the consumption, specifically the sugar we eat every single day. If you want simple, evidence-based ways to increase your energy and vitality, please consider subscribing. We share clear guidance every week to help you age powerfully. Let's dive straight into the most unexpected sign of excess sugar. Asterisk sign number 1. Persistent joint pain and stiffness. Asterisk. When people think of sugar, they think of diabetes or dental issues. They rarely think about arthritis or a stiff shoulder. But there is a direct link. It's called glycation. This is a scientific process, but we can keep it simple. Think of the proteins and fats in your body as high-quality materials, like leather. When you eat too much sugar, that sugar attaches itself to these materials. It's like coating them in a sticky, brittle substance. This process stiffens your collagen. Collagen is what keeps your skin supple and, crucially, what keeps your joints cushioned and flexible. When collagen stiffens, your movement becomes restricted. Your joints feel tight. This cycle leads to systemic inflammation throughout your body, making old injuries ache more frequently. It causes that general feeling of being worn out. If you struggle to get out of bed without stiffness, ask yourself what you ate yesterday. Did you have sweetened cereal, a large juice, a dessert? Sugar is highly inflammatory. Reducing it may help quiet down that constant joint discomfort. This isn't a miracle cure, but it is a fundamental shift toward less internal friction. The simple takeaway here: sugar feeds inflammation, and inflammation feeds pain. Asterisk. Sign number 2. The 3 a.m. wake-up call. Asterisk. Do you find yourself wide awake at 2 or 3 in the morning, unable to fall back asleep? You might blame stress or a full bladder, but the real culprit could be your dinner plate. When you eat a large amount of sugar or refined carbohydrates late in the evening, your blood sugar spikes. Your body releases insulin to manage this sugar, but a few hours later, usually around midnight or 3 a.m., that insulin has done its job too termed well. Your blood sugar level crashes down. This drop is called reactive hypoglycemia. When your sugar levels dip too low, your body panics. It releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to force the liver to release stored glucose. These are the same hormones that trigger the fight-or-flight response. Adrenaline wakes you up, leaving you alert, anxious, and tossing and turning. Your body is trying to save you from low blood sugar, but it ruins your rest. To combat this, make sure your last meal of the day is balanced. Pair any carbohydrates with a good source of protein or healthy fat. This slows down the sugar release and prevents the violent spike and crash that sabotages your deep sleep. Good sleep is not a luxury, it's essential for vitality. Asterisk sign number 3. Unexplained changes to your skin and face. Nox. We touched on glycation earlier regarding joint pain. That same stiffening effect happens right beneath the surface of your skin. This is what we call sugar face. Sugar destroys the collagen and elastin that keep your skin bouncy and firm. Instead of a smooth, elastic layer, you get brittle protein structures. This accelerates the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It often presents as a certain sallowness or lack of brightness in the complexion. Some people experience specific sagging around the chin or puffiness under the eyes. You might be spending a fortune on high-end creams, but if you are consuming high amounts of sugary coffee drinks and processed snacks, you are actively undermining your efforts internally. Your skin is the biggest organ in your body. When it's constantly fighting inflammation from sugar, it shows the wear and tear much faster. The easy fix here is hydration and antioxidants. When you cut back on sugar, replace those empty calories with foods rich in vitamin C, like citrus fruits, bell peppers, and broccoli. These help support your body's natural collagen production. Sign number 4, mental fuzziness and brain fog. Do you often walk into a room and forget why you went there? Do you struggle to focus on a book or conversation for long periods? We quickly dismiss these moments as senior moments, but increasingly research shows a strong association between high sugar intake and cognitive issues. Your brain runs on glucose. It loves it. However, if your brain is constantly flooded with too much glucose, it can become resistant to the insulin that tries to deliver that fuel. This is sometimes referred to as type 3 diabetes because the brain struggles to use its necessary fuel source efficiently. When the brain can't get the steady, regulated energy it needs, you feel foggy, sluggish, and easily distracted. That mid-afternoon slump isn't just physical fatigue. It's often your brain struggling with a blood sugar crash. Think of it like this. Your brain needs smooth, complex energy delivered slowly, like sipping water. Sugar delivers a fire hose blast, followed by dehydration. To keep your memory sharp and your focus clear, prioritize healthy fats like avocados and nuts, and stable whole grains over refined sweets. Give your brain the consistent fuel source it deserves. Sign number 5. You are always thirsty and always hungry. Are you constantly craving something sweet, even shortly after eating a full meal? This is a classic sign that sugar has disrupted your body's natural hunger and satiety signals. Sugar is notorious for spiking blood glucose without satisfying your real nutritional needs. When insulin rushes in to manage the spike, it quickly removes the sugar from the bloodstream, often leaving you feeling hungry again very quickly. This is the empty calories paradox. You ate 300 calories, but your body still thinks it's starving. This cycle is closely linked to increased thirst. High levels of glucose in the blood pull water from your tissues. Your kidneys work overtime trying to flush out the excess sugar through urination. This makes you feel constantly dehydrated and thirsty, prompting you to drink more. However, if you reach for sweetened sodas or juices instead of plain water, you just pour more fuel onto the fire. If you find yourself perpetually snacking and drinking, try swapping that sweet drink for a large glass of plain water. Then, wait 20 minutes. You might find the initial hunger or thirst pang disappears. Sign number 6. Wounds that just won't heal. As we age, cuts and scrapes naturally take a little longer to mend. But if you notice that small injuries linger for weeks, or that bruising seems unusually slow to disappear, it could be a sign of poor vascular health driven by sugar. High sugar levels can damage the lining of your small blood vessels. These tiny vessels are crucial for delivering nutrients, oxygen, and immune cells to the site of an injury. When those vessels are compromised, the healing process slows to a crawl. Furthermore, high glucose environments weaken your immune response. Bacteria and viruses thrive when there is plenty of sugar around, making you more susceptible to low-grade infections. This is not just theoretical. It's one of the primary reasons doctors monitor blood sugar levels closely in surgical patients. If you want to maintain a robust immune system and ensure your body is ready to repair itself, supporting healthy blood flow is key. And reducing excess sugar is one of the fastest ways to do that. Asterisk sign number 7, mood swings and irritability. Asterisk. We've already discussed the 3 a.m. crash and the brain fog, but the rapid cycling of blood sugar heavily impacts your emotional stability too. Think about the feeling of being hangry, hungry, and angry. That intense irritability is often a physical response to dropping blood sugar levels. Your body is desperate for energy, and it triggers those stress hormones. If you notice yourself becoming unexpectedly snappy, anxious, or unable to handle small irritations, check the clock and check your last meal. You might be suffering from a sugar-induced mood swing rather than a true emotional crisis. By keeping your blood sugar steady, you provide your brain with the consistent energy it needs to regulate mood and remain calm under pressure. Stability in your plate means stability in your mind. Now that we've covered the 7 signs, joint pain, poor sleep, skin changes, brain fog, constant hunger, slow healing, and mood swings, you might be wondering where all this sugar is hiding. The problem is that many adults, especially those over 55 who are actively trying to eat healthy, fall for the marketing traps. They skip the obvious cake, but they load up on hidden sugars. Let's look at 3 common traps. First, the low-fat paradox. When manufacturers remove fat from yogurt, salad dressing, or peanut butter, they must replace that taste and texture. They use sugar, and often lots of it. A single serving of low-fat vanilla yogurt can contain more sugar than a handful of cookies. Never trust a low-fat label without reading the added sugar line. Second, instant grains, instant oatmeal packets, quick cooking cereals, and flavored bran muffins are convenience foods disguised as health foods. They often contain high amounts of added sweeteners. They are digested rapidly, leading to a blood sugar spike just as severe as a candy bar. Always opt for plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats, and sweeten them naturally with cinnamon or a small handful of berries. Third, condiments and sauces. Ketchup, barbecue sauce, pasta sauce, and most commercial salad dressings are loaded with hidden sugar. This is easy to miss because these items are savory. A serving of pasta sauce might contain 2 teaspoons of added sugar, which quickly adds up if you use it several times a week. Switch to vinegar and olive oil dressings, or look for pasta sauces with 0 added sugar. Now let's talk about the solution. I promised you a tool to test if sugar is truly the culprit behind your stiffness and fatigue. This is the asterisk 3-day sugar awareness reset. Asterisk DEC. This reset is simple, not extreme. We are not asking you to count calories or cut out whole food groups. We are asking you to eliminate added sugars for 72 hours. This means cutting out soda, juice, candy, baked goods, refined cereals, and all products where sugar is listed high on the ingredient list. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods. For breakfast, skip the sweetened yogurt and have eggs with vegetables. For lunch, focus on lean protein and a large salad with olive oil and vinegar. For dinner, choose meat or fish and lots of fibrous vegetables. This isn't punishment, it's an experiment. By eliminating the inflammatory trigger, added sugar, for 3 days, you give your body a chance to settle down. What should you look for by the end of the 3rd day? 1. Do your joints feel less stiff in the morning? 2. Do you feel less reliance on caffeine or sugar to get through the 2 p.m. slump? 3. Do you feel more emotionally steady throughout the day? If you notice even a small improvement in your physical comfort or mental clarity, you have found the cause, and you have found the path to better vitality. This is a lifestyle change, not a diet. The biggest challenge in reducing sugar is dealing with cravings. Cravings are powerful, but they are temporary, and they can be managed. When a craving hits, ask yourself 2 things. First, am I truly hungry, or am I thirsty? Drink a large glass of water. Wait 5 minutes. If the craving persists, the second question is, can I replace this highly refined sugar with a whole, natural food? Instead of reaching for a cookie, choose a piece of fruit. Fruit contains fiber and natural sugars, which are delivered to your bloodstream much more slowly than refined white sugar. An apple or a handful of berries can satisfy the sweet urge without causing the dramatic spike and crash. Finally, let's talk about movement. Movement is a powerful tool to manage blood sugar, especially for adults over 55. Gentle movement after meals can significantly lower your post-meal blood sugar spike. After lunch or dinner, instead of sitting down immediately, take a 10-minute slow walk around the house or the yard. This simple movement encourages your muscles to absorb the circulating glucose for fuel, preventing it from remaining in the blood and causing inflammation or a subsequent crash. This is a practical, gentle step you can implement today to support everything we've talked about. Remember, aging powerfully is about taking clear, actionable steps to support your body's systems. You are not destined to live with pain, fatigue, and brain fog simply because of your age. You have the power to change how you feel right now by changing what you put on your plate. Start with the 3-day reset. Pay attention to how your joints respond. If this video helped you connect the dots between your diet and your discomfort, please hit the like button. Subscribe to Silver Smile and Bites for more clear, step-by-step guides on nutrition and vitality. Take control of your energy and keep smiling. But taking control of your health doesn't just stop with cutting out added sugar. It also means actively incorporating foods that fight back against inflammation. Think of it as reinforcing the walls after an attack. There are specific nutritional components that serve as anti-inflammatory agents in your body. We need to be intentional about getting these every single day. The first is omega-3 fatty acids. These are essential fats. meaning your body cannot produce them on its own, so you must eat them. Omega-3s are critical for reducing the inflammatory messengers that sugar spikes create. You can find omega-3s in fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, or plant sources like walnuts and ground flax seeds. If you're not a fan of fish, a daily omega-3 supplement may be a worthwhile conversation to have with your healthcare provider. The second component is fiber. Fiber is perhaps the unsung hero of blood sugar control. When you eat fiber, especially soluble fiber found in beans, oats, and apples, it forms a gel-like substance in your gut. This slows down the absorption of glucose into your bloodstream. By slowing the speed, you flatten the blood sugar curve, preventing the wild spikes that lead to joint pain and the 3 a.m. wake-up call. We should aim for around 25 grams of fiber per day, focusing on whole plant foods rather than powders or supplements. The third is specific micronutrients, particularly magnesium and chromium. Magnesium is vital for regulating nerve and muscle function, and studies suggest it plays a role in insulin sensitivity, how well your cells respond to insulin. Chromium helps insulin work more efficiently to shuttle glucose out of the bloodstream. You can find magnesium in dark leafy greens, almonds, and avocados, and chromium in broccoli, potatoes, and whole grains. Let's address a common objection for older adults: the reliance on fruit juice. Many seniors grew up believing juice was a healthy necessity. It was once seen as a quick source of vitamins. The truth is, most fruit juices are highly concentrated sugar water, stripped of the fiber found in the whole fruit. Even 100% fruit juice can cause a rapid blood sugar spike without providing the satiety that an apple or orange would. If you want the vitamins, eat the whole fruit. If you need hydration, drink water. If you want flavor, try infusing water with sliced cucumber or lemon. Avoid the juice aisle entirely. Another frequent obstacle is social eating. Many events, gatherings, and celebrations revolve around sweet treats. You don't want to be the difficult person at the party, right? But protecting your vitality must be your priority. A simple strategy is to eat a high-protein, fiber-rich snack before you go out. This stabilizes your blood sugar. When the dessert tray comes around, you won't be operating from a place of intense sugar craving. You can then comfortably choose a small taste, or politely decline without feeling deprived. Remember, the goal is consistency, not perfection. Let's revisit the concept of the brain fog and memory issues. We discussed how high sugar leads to insulin resistance in the brain. How do you fuel your brain better? By prioritizing healthy fats. Your brain tissue is roughly 60% fat. It relies on high-quality fats for structure and communication. Omega-3s, which we mentioned earlier, are fantastic. Olive oil, avocados, and raw nuts are excellent sources of monounsaturated fats that support cognitive health. When you are reducing sugar, you need to replace those calories with high-quality sources of energy, and healthy fats are the best replacement. We also discussed movement. Let's expand on the 10-minute walk idea. This is known as meal timing movement. The peak time for your blood sugar to spike is usually 30 to 60 minutes after you finish eating. If you engage your large muscles, like those in your legs, during that critical window, you provide an immediate sink for the glucose. This is significantly more effective than exercising right before the meal or several hours later. It's a powerful tool to protect your joints and keep your energy stable. Even slow, easy pacing around the kitchen is effective. Think about how this shift affects your mindset. When you feel physically better, less stiff, sleeping soundly, and mentally clear, you are naturally more motivated. Motivation is often mistakenly seen as something you need to find, but often, motivation follows people-faction. When you cut sugar and see rapid results in reduced pain and clearer thinking, the momentum builds, making it easier to stick to this new way of eating. This is how you transition from feeling dragged down by age to feeling energized by vitality. Finally, we need to address artificial sweeteners. When trying to cut sugar, many people switch to diet sodas or heavily sweetened sugar-free foods. While these technically bypass glucose, they may still perpetuate the intense craving for sweetness. They keep the flavor expectation high, making true healthy foods, like vegetables, taste bland by comparison. Furthermore, some studies suggest certain artificial sweeteners can disrupt your gut microbiome, which has its own downstream effects on metabolism and mood. The best long-term strategy is to gradually recalibrate your palate away from intense sweetness altogether. Start diluting your sweet beverages or reducing the amount of sweetener you use by a quarter each week. Your taste buds will adapt faster than you think. The path to greater vitality is paved with small, consistent choices. Eliminating excess sugar addresses the root cause of many age-related discomforts. Remember the 7 signs. If you experienced any of them today, you know where to start. Start with the 3-day reset. Focus on whole foods and high-fiber choices. If you found this information clear and actionable, please let me know by hitting the like button. Subscribe to Silver Smile and Bites right now for more ways to age powerfully and live with less pain. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next step-by-step guide. Take care of yourself and keep smiling. The beauty of this approach is that the benefits are compounding. Once you successfully manage the physical symptoms of inflammation, the joint pain and the fatigue, the mental side of vitality quickly improves. This is known as the body-mind loop. If your body feels resilient, your mindset becomes more resilient. Let's discuss one more crucial nutrient that ties into this body-mind loop: B vitamins, specifically B12 and folate. While sugar doesn't directly consume B vitamins, high consumption of processed foods, which often lack these vital nutrients, can leave you deficient. B vitamins are essential cofactors for energy metabolism and nervous system health. Deficiencies, especially in B12, can mimic severe sugar-induced brain fog, leading to fatigue, irritability, and even confusion. This is particularly relevant for the 55-plus demographic, as absorption of B12 often decreases with age. If you are reducing highly processed sugary foods, you must ensure you replace them with nutrient-dense options. Look for lean proteins, eggs, and fortified cereals to boost your B vitamin intake. If you are noticing persistent fatigue even after cutting sugar, discuss B vitamin supplementation with your doctor. It could be the missing piece in your energy puzzle. Now let's talk about the practical application of the savory breakfast rule. We briefly mentioned starting your day right, but this rule is the cornerstone of blood sugar stability. If your first meal is a high-sugar meal, like a large glass of juice and sweetened cereal, you are effectively guaranteeing the 2 p.m. crash. You start the day on a roller coaster. The savory breakfast rule means prioritizing protein, healthy fats, and fiber at breakfast. Think eggs with spinach and a piece of avocado, or a small bowl of plain oats with nuts and seeds. This combination provides slow-release energy that keeps your blood sugar stable for hours. When your energy is stable, you are less likely to crave the emergency sugar hit midday. You are more focused, less prone to irritability, and ready for gentle movement. If you are a caregiver, implementing this rule for yourself and the person you care for is one of the most effective strategies for maintaining daily consistency and reducing stress. Stable blood sugar translates directly to stable moods, making daily tasks easier for everyone involved. We also need to consider the impact of chronic sugar consumption on bone health. We know sugar promotes inflammation, but it also has an indirect relationship with calcium absorption. Some research suggests that when the body is busy processing high levels of sugar, it can interfere with the body's ability to utilize magnesium and calcium, two minerals essential for strong, resilient bones. As adults age, bone density is a primary concern. By reducing inflammation and promoting nutrient absorption through a whole food, low-sugar diet, you are laying a stronger foundation for musculoskeletal health, which helps prevent injuries and keeps you independent. Think about gentle resistance. Alongside your 10-minute post-meal walk, consider adding light resistance training a couple of times a week. This doesn't mean heavy weights. It means using your own body weight for squats or using light resistance bands. Stronger muscles improve insulin sensitivity and give the glucose somewhere productive to go, reducing the amount circulating and causing trouble in your joints. Nutrition and movement are two sides of the same vitality coin. If the 3-day reset feels overwhelming, scale it back. Try eliminating lemon, major source of added sugar, for 1 week. Pick the biggest offender. Is it the daily soda? The dessert after dinner? The flavored coffee creamer? By focusing on eliminating that one item, you make the change manageable and build confidence. After 7 days, you will likely notice a measurable difference in your energy or sleep, giving you the momentum to tackle the next source. Remember, the goal here is sustainable health, not rapid, unsustainable weight loss or deprivation. This is about changing the biological signals in your body so that your body functions optimally, allowing you to enjoy your senior years with energy and comfort. We've covered the 7 critical warning signs, the hidden sugar traps, and the simple 3-day reset. You now have the tools to recognize chronic inflammation and the knowledge to fight back against it. Use the power of omega-3s, fiber, and the savory breakfast rule to flatten that energy roller coaster. Don't let aches, fatigue, or memory struggles become your new normal. They are signals. Listen to those signals and take action. If you are ready to commit to this process and reclaim your vitality, hit that like button right now. And if you have a friend or family member who constantly struggles with joint pain or the 2 p.m. crash, share this video with them. Subscribe to Silver Smile and Bites for continuous support on your health journey. We are here to help you live a life of energy and joy. Keep moving, keep learning, and keep smiling brightly. Taking control of your sweet consumption also gives you incredible leverage over your gut health, which is a key pillar of vitality, often overlooked. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, a complex ecosystem that profoundly influences everything from digestion to mood, what many now call the gut-brain axis. When you consume excessive sugar, you feed the populations of undesirable bacteria and yeasts in your gut. These organisms thrive on simple sugars. When they flourish, they crowd out the beneficial bacteria that help you digest fiber, produce crucial vitamins, and maintain the integrity of your gut lining. This imbalance, known as dysbiosis, leads to symptoms like bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort. But the impact goes deeper. A compromised gut lining can increase systemic inflammation throughout the body, directly worsening the joint pain and stiffness we discussed earlier. It is all connected. Inflammation starts in the gut and travels everywhere. By reducing sugar, you are essentially starving the problematic organisms and allowing the beneficial bacteria to recover and multiply. To actively rebuild a healthy gut environment, focus on two key areas. First, consume fermented foods. Things like plain yogurt with active cultures, kefir, or sauerkraut introduce beneficial bacteria directly into your system. Second, eat prebiotic foods. Prebiotics are the dietary fiber that feeds your good gut bacteria. Excellent sources include garlic, onions, bananas, and asparagus. Incorporating these foods daily supports long-term digestive comfort and reduces overall inflammation. We must also talk about the subtle but insidious effect sugar has on your liver. Your liver is the central command unit for metabolism. It processes almost everything you eat and drink. When you consume too much fructose, the primary sugar found in sweetened drinks and processed foods, the liver has to work overtime to manage it. Unlike glucose, which all cells can use for energy, fructose is metabolized almost entirely by the liver. In large amounts, this heavy fructose load can lead to the formation of fat around the liver, known as non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. While this sounds scary, the key takeaway is simple. A stressed liver struggles to perform its other vital roles, including regulating cholesterol and detoxifying the body. When your liver is overworked by sugar, your overall vitality suffers. This doesn't mean you should avoid whole fruit, which contains fiber and is metabolized differently. It means avoiding syrups, high fructose corn syrup, and sweetened beverages. Support your liver by reducing its workload. The benefits will be felt throughout your entire system, leading to better energy and clearer skin. Remember the goal of Silver Smile and Bites, improving everyday vitality. Vitality is about feeling good enough to engage fully in life, to enjoy your hobbies, play with grandchildren, and pursue new interests without nagging pain or exhaustion holding you back. This pursuit of better health is perhaps the most important investment you can make in your later years. We've given you a pathway. Identify the signs, eliminate the hidden sources, use the 3-day reset, and nourish your body with healthy fats and fiber. This isn't just about food. It's about control. It's about understanding that you have the power to influence your physical comfort more than you currently realize. Don't let the simplicity of these actions fool you. They are scientifically profound. Reducing chronic systemic inflammation is the single biggest action you can take to protect your joints, your heart, and your brain. Start today with that single commitment, eliminating one source of added sugar. Make that one commitment for 1 week. If you are serious about optimizing your vitality and want more guides on gentle movement and healthy aging, Please ensure you are subscribed. We release new evidence-based strategies every week to support you. Hit the notification bell. Thank you for joining the Silver Smile and Bites community. We look forward to seeing your energy levels soar. Keep that momentum going, and we'll see you in the next video. Now, let's address the question of moderation, especially around carbohydrates. When we talk about reducing sugar, many people worry they need to eliminate all carbohydrates entirely. This is incorrect and potentially counterproductive. Your body, especially your brain, needs complex carbohydrates for sustained energy. The key is distinguishing between simple, refined carbs, which act like sugar, and complex whole food carbs. Refined carbohydrates, like white bread, white rice, and many baked goods, have had the fiber stripped away. They are rapidly converted into glucose, causing the same blood sugar spikes and crashes we are trying to avoid. They feed inflammation and contribute to that afternoon slump. Complex carbohydrates, found in vegetables like sweet potatoes, legumes, brown rice, and whole grain breads, still contain their natural fiber. This fiber acts like a speed bump, slowing the digestion and release of glucose. The resulting energy is steady, stable, and less likely to provoke an inflammatory response. The simple rule to follow is this: prioritize complex carbs, and always pair them with protein or fat. If you eat a baked sweet potato, add a serving of chicken or beans and a drizzle of olive oil. That combination ensures the energy is delivered efficiently and prevents the energy roller coaster. Remember that stability is the goal. Stability in blood sugar means stability in mood, energy, and joint comfort. Another common concern among adults over 5'5" is the use of medications and how they interact with dietary changes. If you are taking medication for diabetes, high blood pressure, or cholesterol, reducing sugar can have profound effects, often requiring adjustments to your medication. It is crucial to monitor your blood pressure and blood sugar frequently and communicate any significant dietary changes, like the 3-day reset, directly to your doctor. We provide the nutrition guidance, but your doctor provides the personalized medical supervision. We've talked about what to eliminate, but let's focus on the pleasure of what you can add. Reducing sugar doesn't mean eating bland food. It means discovering the rich, savory depth of real, whole ingredients. Use spices liberally. Turmeric, ginger, and garlic are natural anti-inflammatories that can transform the flavor of simple vegetables and proteins. Lemon juice, vinegars, and fresh herbs provide brightness without adding sugar. Embrace healthy fats for flavor satisfaction. When a meal contains adequate fat, you feel full and satisfied longer, which naturally reduces the urge to seek sugary snacks afterward. A tablespoon of high-quality extra virgin olive oil over your vegetables, a few slices of avocado in your salad, or a handful of walnuts for a snack provides both satiety and essential brain fuel. Finally, recognize that developing new habits takes repetition, not perfection. You will inevitably have moments where you slip: a birthday celebration, a forgotten moment of hidden sugar in a takeout meal. Do not let one slip derail your entire effort. Health is not a pass/fail test. If you have a sugary treat, acknowledge it, enjoy the moment, and immediately return to your stable eating plan at the next meal. The body is remarkably forgiving of occasional indulgences, but it struggles under the weight of chronic, daily excess. Your greatest power lies in making the choice to return to healthy eating, immediately and without guilt. Every meal is a fresh start. By focusing on whole foods, pairing your carbs, and listening to the subtle signals your body is sending you, the stiffness, the fatigue, the brain fog, you are actively participating in your own health journey. This is how you build a silver smile and a resilient bite, through clear choices and consistent, manageable action. Thank you for making your health a priority. If you found lasting value in this guide, please hit the like button. Subscribe to Silver Smile and Bites now for more actionable steps to vitality and wellness. We will continue to provide the crystal clear, evidence-based guidance you need. Keep applying these strategies, and we'll see you next time. Let's conclude our deep dive by focusing on accountability and community, which are the often ignored catalysts that transform knowledge into lasting habit. Knowing what to do is the first step. Creating a supportive environment to do it is the second, equally vital step. When you embark on the 3-day sugar awareness reset, tell someone about it. Sharing your intentions, whether with a partner, a friend, or commenting below, creates an external layer of accountability that significantly boosts your success rate. This isn't about judgment. It's about shared support. If you have a spouse or a close friend, encourage them to join the reset with you. Changing the food environment in your home is always easier than trying to navigate it alone. Think about the physical environment of your kitchen. If the sugary snacks are visible, they are much harder to resist, especially during those moments of low willpower, like late at night or when stressed. This is where simple behavioral psychology works wonders. Make healthy eating the path of least resistance. Conduct a, quote, kitchen audit. Move all highly processed sugary items out of sight, ideally into an opaque container or a less accessible cupboard. Instead, prominently display the foods you want to eat. Keep a bowl of fresh fruit on the counter. Pre-chop vegetables like carrots and celery, and store them at eye level in the refrigerator for easy, healthy snacking. By changing your environment, you change your default choices. This small act is an incredibly powerful predictor of long-term adherence. We also need to consider the emotional connection to sugar. For many of us, sugar isn't just fuel, it's comfort. It's tied to childhood memories, celebrations, and stress relief. When you eliminate this familiar emotional crutch, you need healthy alternatives to manage stress and emotion. Instead of reaching for a sweet treat when stressed or lonely, develop a new coping mechanism. This could be a 10-minute quiet mindfulness practice, a gentle walk outside, calling a friend, or engaging in a hobby. The key is to replace the automatic, destructive habit with a deliberate, constructive one. Recognize that the craving for sugar might actually be a craving for connection or calm, and address the root emotional need first. Finally, let's bring it all back to the concept of powerful aging. Reducing sugar is about maximizing your years of health span, not just lifespan. It's about ensuring that your 70s and 80s are filled with mobility, mental clarity, and joy, rather than chronic pain and fatigue. Every time you choose whole, nutrient-dense food over refined sugar, you are making a direct deposit into your future vitality fund. You now possess a complete toolkit: the 7 signs to look for, the nutritional countermeasures, the behavioral adjustments, and the environmental controls. Use this knowledge to become the active manager of your health. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal and regenerate when given the right fuel. The Silver Smile and Bites community is dedicated to helping you sustain this journey. We are here every week to break down complex health topics into simple, actionable steps. If you haven't yet, take a moment to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Your continued engagement helps us create more content that supports adults like you in living your most vibrant life. Commit to the process, trust the science, and start feeling the difference today. We are cheering you on. Before we wrap up, let's look ahead and establish a sustainable perspective. The goal isn't to live in constant deprivation. It's to elevate the quality of your entire diet so that occasional deviations don't matter. Think about the 80-20th rule. Aim to eat clean, low-sugar, whole foods 80% of the time, and allow for flexibility in the remaining 20%. This makes the lifestyle enjoyable and realistic in the long term. A crucial part of this long-term view is understanding fluid intake. We briefly touched on the thirst issue caused by high sugar. But proper hydration, specifically with plain water, is your body's single best defense mechanism against systemic inflammation and fatigue. Many adults confuse thirst with hunger or a craving for sweetness. As we age, our natural sense of thirst diminishes, meaning you might be dehydrated before you even feel the urge to drink. Dehydration concentrates the blood, increases stress on the kidneys, and exacerbates joint stiffness. It also makes you more susceptible to those mid-afternoon energy slumps, which often leads to reaching for a sugary fix. Make a habit of sipping water throughout the day. Keep a glass or a bottle nearby at all times. If you struggle with the taste, remember the earlier suggestion. Infuse water with mint, lemon, or berries for a refreshing, sugar-free flavor boost. Adequate hydration will support your digestive system, help flush out toxins, and directly contribute to the reduction of joint stiffness you are seeking. It's a simple lever with massive impact. Let's quickly address the myth that cutting sugar means sacrificing energy for physical activity. Quite the opposite is true. While simple sugar provides a quick burst, it is unstable and short-lived. By shifting to complex carbohydrates and healthy fats, you are providing sustained fuel, making your gentle walks or resistance training sessions more effective and enjoyable. You won't hit the wall halfway through. For sustained vitality, especially if you are increasing your movement, ensure your post-exercise snack is protein-focused. A small handful of nuts or a piece of cheese helps repair muscle tissue and keeps blood sugar steady, avoiding the rebound hunger that sends you searching for quick glucose. We have armed you with clear, evidence-based tools to tackle the silent, chronic inflammation caused by excess sugar. Remember the power of the 3-day reset to identify the root cause of your discomfort. Remember the importance of the savory breakfast rule to stabilize your mood and energy. And remember that true vitality is achieved through small, consistent efforts every day. You have all the knowledge you need now to make powerful changes. The next step is simply to act. Choose one thing from this guide, either the kitchen audit, the post-meal walk, or eliminating one hidden sugar source, and implement it today. Thank you for spending this time investing in your health. We believe in your capacity to feel energized and vibrant, regardless of your age. If this was helpful, show your support by liking this video and joining our community. Subscribe to Silver Smile and Bites for continuous guidance and motivation. Keep moving, keep learning, and start living the life of sustained vitality you deserve. We'll see you in the next guide. To finalize this comprehensive guide, let's focus on the long-term emotional payoff. Many people focus on the immediate physical discomforts of high sugar, the stiffness, the fatigue, but the profound long-term benefit of a low-sugar lifestyle is the sheer reduction in chronic worry and anxiety about health. When your energy levels are chaotic, when your joints ache, and when your memory feels unreliable, it feeds underlying anxiety about aging. You worry about becoming dependent or losing capability. By stabilizing your blood sugar and reducing systemic inflammation, you are taking concrete steps to protect your independence and cognitive function. This feeling of control is incredibly empowering. It replaces anxiety with quiet confidence. Think of sugar reduction as an act of self-respect. You are choosing to nourish your body with fuel that supports longevity and capability, rather than fuel that accelerates decline. This shift in perspective turns the perceived hardship of cutting sweets into a powerful, positive life choice. We've covered the 7 signs: joint pain, poor sleep, skin changes, brain fog, constant hunger, slow healing, and mood swings. If you notice these symptoms retreating during your 3-day reset, remember that feeling. That is your baseline vitality returning. Use that positive feedback loop to reinforce the new habit. A final, quick tip regarding reading labels. Manufacturers often use multiple names for added sugar to confuse consumers and hide the true quantity. Be vigilant. Look for words ending in "ose" like dextrose, fructose, maltose, and terms like corn syrup, brown rice syrup, cane juice, molasses, and honey. They are all sugar, and they all contribute to the inflammatory load. If you see 3 or more types of sugar listed on an ingredient label, put the product back on the shelf. The simplest rule of thumb remains: eat food that doesn't need an ingredient label. Focus on the perimeter of the grocery store: fresh vegetables, whole fruits, lean proteins, and dairy. That is where real, vitality-boosting nutrition resides. Your journey toward a lower sugar life is about reclaiming comfort, energy, and independence. It's an investment that pays daily dividends in how well you feel and how enthusiastically you can engage with the world. You are taking proactive control. We hope this comprehensive guide has given you the clarity and motivation you needed to start today. Remember to utilize the Silver Smile and Bites community for ongoing support and encouragement. If you know anyone who might benefit from understanding the link between sugar and joint pain, please share this valuable resource. Give this video a like if you feel ready to take action. Subscribe to the channel right now to continue building your resilience and knowledge base. Thank you for joining us in this mission for powerful aging. We'll see you soon with more simple steps for vitality. To ensure the longevity of your low-sugar lifestyle, let's establish one final, preventative measure: the power of planning. Fatigue and high stress are the twin triggers that lead most people back to their old habits. When you're tired, you reach for the fastest, easiest energy source, which is usually sugar. You must plan for your moments of weakness. The key to successful adherence is always having a healthy snack within arm's reach. Never let yourself get too hungry or too stressed without a good fallback option. For instance, dedicate 10 minutes on Sunday to preparing grab-and-go snacks. This could involve portioning out raw almonds and walnuts, chopping up celery sticks, or hard-boiling a batch of eggs. When the mid-afternoon energy slump hits, having a protein and fiber-rich snack immediately available prevents the emergency run to the vending machine or the pantry for quick sweets. Similarly, plan your meals ahead, especially dinner. Knowing exactly what you will eat reduces decision fatigue at the end of a long day. If you arrive home tired and hungry without a plan, ordering pizza or reaching for a heavily processed, sugar-laden frozen meal becomes too easy. Spend a moment each morning confirming the dinner plan. Preparation is the antidote to relapse. Remember the connection between sugar, joint pain, and inflammation. Inflammation is not always a sudden event. It's often a cumulative burden. By proactively planning your meals and snacks, you are consistently reducing that burden, allowing your body's natural healing processes to take over. One final thought on the mindset. Approach this with curiosity, not criticism. Be curious about how different foods make you feel. When you eat a complex carbohydrate with protein, notice how long your energy lasts. When you accidentally consume hidden sugar, notice the subsequent brain fog or dip in mood. This curiosity turns dieting from a restrictive chore into a fascinating self-study. You are gathering data to customize your most vibrant life. You now possess the comprehensive guide to understanding, identifying, and overcoming the pervasive role of excess sugar in chronic discomfort. We covered everything from systemic inflammation and sleep disruption to mental clarity and gut health. Every piece of advice here is designed to support your independence and enhance your everyday well-being. Your commitment to learning this information is a powerful first step. Now, let's make the commitment to action. Choose your starting point, be it the kitchen audit, the post-meal walk, or the 3-day reset, and execute it with consistency. Thank you for choosing Silver Smile and Bites as your resource for better health. We are honored to be part of your journey toward greater vitality. If you found this toolkit valuable, please show your support by hitting the like button. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to ensure you never miss our next guide on maximizing your years of health span. We look forward to supporting your success. Keep taking care of yourself and keep that silver smile shining. One critical, often underestimated area we need to quickly reinforce is the link between sugar consumption and vision health, particularly for the 55-plus demographic. High sugar levels and fluctuating blood sugar can damage the tiny blood vessels supplying your eyes, leading to increased risk of conditions like diabetic retinopathy and cataracts. While this may sound alarming, the takeaway is an empowering one. Stabilizing your blood sugar is a direct act of preventative eye care. By maintaining that steady, controlled energy supply we've discussed, you protect the delicate vascular structures within your eyes. This means that every time you choose complex carbs and fiber over refined sugar, you are not just improving your joints and your sleep, you are actively working to preserve your sight and maintain your quality of life far into the future. It adds another layer of profound importance to your dietary choices. Furthermore, let's revisit the gentle movement aspect and connect it specifically to visual health. Exercise increases circulation throughout the entire body, including the eyes. Combining the dietary stabilization with consistent, gentle movement creates a protective synergy, reducing overall stress on the body's small vascular network. So when you take that 10-minute walk after lunch, remember you are doing more than just lowering your immediate blood sugar and easing joint stiffness. You are supporting your long-term vision and cognitive function. It truly is a holistic approach. Remember the 3 pillars of sustainable health: nutrition, movement, and mindset. We've covered the first 2 extensively in relation to sugar. For mindset, always approach setbacks with compassion. If you have a day that doesn't go according to plan, acknowledge it without judgment. Label the behavior, not yourself. Instead of saying, "I failed my diet," say, "I made a choice that didn't serve my goal, and now I choose to get back on track." This mindset shift prevents a small slip from becoming a weeks-long relapse. We've provided you with a comprehensive framework for reducing inflammation, boosting energy, and reclaiming control over your physical well-being. This journey is about incremental improvements that lead to monumental results over time. Consistency, not intensity, is the master key to vitality. Thank you once again for your dedication to learning and improving your health span. We hope this entire guide serves as a valuable, easily accessible resource you can return to whenever you need reinforcement. If this deep dive was precisely the evidence-based, actionable guidance you were looking for, give us a like and share this video with someone who needs the gift of stable energy and reduced joint pain. Join the Silver Smile and Bites community now by subscribing and hit the bell for weekly steps toward a vibrant life. We are committed to helping you age with strength and clarity. Until next time, stay well and keep smiling.